I'm just sitting here listening to the birds chirp, being in the present moment, and I just think back to all the years that I suffered with severe anxiety, panic attacks, depersonalization, realization, health anxiety, existential obsession, rumination, depression. Went through a lot of stuff, and I wasn't able to be present like this. I was always in my head. I focused on the past, I focused on future, especially fear towards the future. And I missed out on life. And that was all that I knew. That was my norm, was living in my head, trying to escape the pain that was happening in my body, because I didn't know how to self-regulate. I didn't know how to release the buildup, and I certainly didn't know how to be interoceptive, which is the experience of the embodied self. And yet, despite all those years of missing out on life, I can tell you that 1 week being able to be present makes up for years of not being able to be present. And my life is far from perfect. I have issues. Ask my wife. I make mistakes. I go through things, but I'm able to enjoy my life and experience those precious moments with my family, and even just by myself, just kind of sitting in nature, currently in my backyard. But it's amazing, and it's worth it. Did I have to fight for it? Did I have to make a lot of adjustments to get here? Yeah, I did. Did it take a while? Yeah, it did, because I didn't have a whole lot of help. But I'm here, and now every single day I get to work with other people from around the world and help them get to this right here, being able to be present again. You can't be present unless you can be safely embodied. And you can't be safely embodied unless you start to get rid of the buildup in the body. And so I just want to encourage you and let you know that I made it out, and people are making it out all the time if they're willing to really put in the work and deal with the roots. And the roots are not the symptoms. The symptoms are just that, they're symptoms. But a lot of people are directly trying to get rid of the symptoms of anxiety and panic and depersonalization, realization, all this stuff. And it's not that you can't see some results with that. And sometimes you can feel better for a while, but if you really want to get to the root, there's a lot of things in your body that you have to deal with, and there's a lot of things in your life that you'll probably have to deal with too. But I just wanted to encourage you, remind you of what's possible, even after years and years of suffering. I mean, that's all I ever knew was symptoms. Anxiety for well over a decade, depersonalization, realization, 2 years constantly, 5 years off and on, and just so many other symptoms that are now gone. And I'm not special. I'm not. I'm just somebody that was willing to go through the process of getting back in my body, making it my safe place, and doing whatever it took for me to feel calm again. Whatever adjustments I needed to make, I made them. I didn't care what it cost me. I made my health my number one priority. And that's really all it takes. Simple in concept, difficult in execution, but if you will make your health your number one priority, you will be amazed at what you can achieve. Not just being symptom free, but you can do incredible things in this life. But anyway, as the sun sets and I'm enjoying this present moment, I was just thinking about where I've come from. And I don't think I talk about that very much on my channel. I don't talk about my own journey. And I'm so busy helping other people or helping my family that I don't think that I'd probably just sit down and think about it enough about where I've come from. But I came from some really, really, really tough spots, but I made it through. And I felt hopeless. I promise you. I thought that my symptoms were permanent, but they weren't. I made it out, and you can too. So, just a reminder.